You know what's great? Video games. And you know what makes video games great? Their characters. Well, I mean, also their graphics, story, gameplay, and replayability value, but mostly their characters. Well, actually, I suppose since they're games, gameplay is the focus. And characters can kind of be grouped under story, depending on what the game is, but that's not the point. Characters are a huge part of any video game. They are what bring a world to life, whether you interact with them or play as them. But sometimes, there are characters who are so well designed that you get super attached to them, maybe more than you should, and then you're saddened and confused when they multiply and you turn out to be a version of their father, so they drown you. Or something. That ending really confused me. Also, spoiler alert. Anyway, in honor of reaching 100 subscribers, I have prepared this countdown to tell you a little bit about myself. So welcome to TheRoyalNerd's Top 5 Video Game Crushes. Also, this list will be limited to characters who originate from video games. That means no characters whose video games are based on TV shows or comics or anything. Sorry, Catwoman.
Put the gun down. I won't run.
Yeah, I'm good.
I felt that the moment we met. That connection.
What?
Forbidden love.
Oh my god, can I just shoot this guy?
I got into the Saints Row series with the third and later fourth installments. However, I never actually played the first two. Now this is key to understand because the image of Shaundi I have in my mind is the Shaundi from Saints Row 3 and 4, not 1 and 2. As you can tell, she underwent a bit of a makeover. Anyway, the reason I developed such a close connection to Shaundi is because she's such a strong and independent character, at least when she's not getting kidnapped.
Bring in the target for questioning.
Understood, sir. I'll find her.
I do love your spirit, my dear. Would you like to join me for a ride? Splendid.
She puts up a tough and confident exterior, but still has a more emotional side that shows during such events as the death of Johnny Gat.
Johnny, we're about to jump!
Right on. I'll see you in still.
Johnny?
Or should I say supposed death. In any case, don't think something like a little emotional trauma is gonna stop her. Shaundi channels her emotions, usually anger, into defeating her enemies, and she'll shoot anyone who says otherwise. Also, she's just, like, really attractive. And does she look good in purple or what? Moving on.
Hello.
You know what I like? Living. Specifically, living with my mind in a stable mental condition. So you know what I don't like? When multi-dimensional duplicates gang together to murder me because I turned out to be their father in a particular reality or something like that. I still don't know what I'm talking about. But despite all that, Elizabeth still managed to dance her way into my heart. BioShock Infinite, easily one of my favorite games of all time, introduced me to the character of Elizabeth. And from the moment she threw that first book at my face to the moment she drowned me with multiple copies of herself, I was hooked. Elizabeth is your classic damsel in distress, your princess locked away in a castle, and yet can clearly take complete and utter care of herself. From her proficiency to randomly find health and ammo lying around.
Ammo! Booker here! Catch, Booker! Booker, catch! Catch, Booker!
To her ability to tear small holes in the fabric of reality in order to bring through a variety of items from other dimensions to tip the scale in any fight, Elizabeth is easily one of the best companion characters of all time. She doesn't need you to protect her. In fact, most of the time, she's protecting you. That relationship with her, the journey that you share with one another, is a serious bonding experience. You actually really feel for her character. And I mean, just look at her. She's so pretty. If I had the chance to have her by my side, helping me, well then sign me up. Minus the drowning part, if we could avoid that. Ooh, and also, make me not her father. Oh, but keep the multiple copies of her. That could be fun.
There you are.
Psst, what are you looking at?
Don't worry, loves. Cavalry's here.
At this point, I'm sure many of you have heard of Overwatch, and if that's the case, then you've probably at least seen pictures of the game's poster girl, Tracer. Having played Overwatch myself, I can confirm that Tracer is indeed an awesome character. Then again, I might be biased considering that she is on this list for a reason. And that reason is that she's such a joy to play as. First of all, her character is fun, both in terms of her powers as well as her personality. She's always so excited and cheerful, ready to move and hop around. She's silly and witty, and yet still holds her own in battle.
Trying to crash another party, love?
You could say she's a bit of a cocky cockney. Get it? Cockney? 'Cause she's British. It sounds cock like a rooster. And then it's funny, a little bit. No? Alright. Cool. Anyway, there's also the fact that she's just so darn cute with her short hair and her big eyes and her nerdy goggles. But not just that, for a girl whose upper half is mostly concealed by some sort of time manipulation thingy, she still manages to look damn fine in those tights of hers. Which, to clarify, are only so tight for aerodynamic purposes. Obviously. I mean, it's just logical. The developers had no further intentions when designing her character model and accentuating her butt so much. They wouldn't want to make her too sexy because that would be an ordeal, and there might be some sort of outburst on the internet about her being over-sexualized, which is a fair point, but at the same time, there's nothing that bad about making a fictional character a little out of proportion. Speaking of which...
A famous explorer once said that the extraordinary is in what we do, not who we are. I'd finally set out to make my mark, to find adventure. But instead, adventure found me.
While I never actually played any of the original Tomb Raider games myself, I did watch my dad play through many of them. I'd always help him with the puzzle-solving sections and then see him get to a boss battle and get super scared and run away and hide until he was finished. Good times. Anyway, it wasn't until the Tomb Raider reboot that I really started to get into Lara Croft's character, and boy did I get into her! No, not like, no, stop, pause, I mean, smooth. What I meant was, I really started to get into what a fascinating and well-developed character she is. Yeah, that. And I mean, it's understandable. There's a reason she's one of the most iconic video game characters ever. They even made a couple decent to subpar movies about her. Now, in these games, we get to see Lara before she became the dual-wielding badass adventurer who doesn't take nothing from nobody. We get to see a much more vulnerable side of Lara that is much more easy to connect with and relate to than the classic version of the character.
Now!
And also, you know, she's more realistically proportioned, while still managing to be really hot, in my opinion. And that British accent! Sexy! What's that? A type, you say? You think I have a type? I don't know what you could possibly be referring to. Let's just wrap this up.
Okay, you're probably just rebelling against a mom who wishes you had given her grandkids, by the sound of your voice, at least 15 years ago. You come out here and it really grinds her gears and you love it. Can I sleep now?
Well, she also says I fuck immature men, but in my defense, who wouldn't want a 28-year-old with ambition and energy and some fire in his belly in bed?
Me, I'm going now.
The art of conversation is the art of hearing as well as of being heard. Firewatch, a game where you simply explore a forest on the lookout for fires while unraveling some sort of twisted mystery, poses a very interesting concept. However, what makes the game so wholesome and such an amazing experience are your interactions with a fellow lookout named Delilah. Never have I interacted so much, so well, and so intimately with a character in a game than I did with Delilah. And I think that was kind of the point. Both her and yourself suffer from troubled pasts and have ventured out into the wilderness to escape their mistakes and distressed realities, only to find themselves trapped in some sort of conspiracy theory that could lead them not only to losing their jobs, but their lives. That sentence sounded a lot more sinister than I meant it to. The fact that the game is a walking simulator and progresses based off of the things you say provides the opportunity for some spectacular character development. especially since there are really only two characters in the game, more or less. The connection you feel between yourself and Delilah is extremely real, and makes you feel as though you were interacting with an actual person. From her love of crossword puzzles...
Pairs, pairs, pairs! Yes!
What the hell?
I'm doing a crossword and I figured out the theme. It's homonyms. Pairs, pairs, pairs. The clue was couples peeling fruit. Anyway, hope you're having a good afternoon.
Thanks.
To her bad puns...
Yeah, I'm not sure I got a lot of choice in getting struck down.
Especially not with your electric personality.
Ugh.
I see my joke did not spark your sense of humor.
Ugh.
What, you're not enjoying our current conversation?
To her habit to get drunk on the job when she is stressed, or overworked, or just feels like it.
Are you drunk?
No! I am getting drunk.
Good plan.
I'm a good planner.
Her character seems so real. And this is what earns her the #1 spot in the list. More than any other character in any of these games, Delilah feels real. You can talk with her and she'll respond to you, and you will most definitely be overwhelmed with disappointment and sadness when you realize that you will never know what she actually looks like, despite all the time you've spent together and the relationship you've built. But every cloud has a silver lining. Since we have no official canon depiction of what she looks like, in my mind she can look like whatever I want her to. And that's what makes her my #1 video game crush. In any case, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for 100 subscribers. I can't say it enough. This community we are building is so important to me and has become a huge part of my life. Look forward to more ridiculous and fun, not to mention revealing, videos like this one for every milestone we hit. Other than that, tune in next time for more of whatever game I'm going to be playing, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a nice day.